I have faced the toughest opponent that they've thrown at me, and I have been able to finish every single one of them. So now I feel that I build up enough credit to be able to take Frankie Edgar on short notice due to the fact that Max Holloway got injured. And when you look at it, we both have a lot to risk here, you know? He's risking the chance of fighting for the belt, and I'm risking losing my my undefeated record. So this is huge loss or huge risk for both of us. And I mean, I feel great about it, you know, as in terms of who I'm facing and what I'm doing.
Is there any hesitation at all about taking it?
There was no hesitation. The only hesitation was when they called us and they said, hey, do you want to make us a 3-round fight or a 5-round fight, because we might need you guys to be the main event. And I looked at my team, I said, 5 rounds in 3 weeks is a little bit tough. But they gave us the option. They said, do you want to go 3 rounds and 5 rounds? I said, you know what? Let's go 5 rounds. If you're going to go big, let's go all the way in, you know? It's like, we're in Vegas, man. Go all in, you know? So that's what we did. We said, let's go 5 rounds. Let's just shoot for the ultimate goal. And that's what we signed up for. A week later, Cyborg saved the card, and they made us the co-main event, but we were already for 5, so I feel like it's good, you know?
You said it's the biggest fight. Does it feel different? Does it feel like it's a bigger thing here right now?
This only feels like it's a big thing because of all the media that we're doing and all the hype that has behind it, you know? Sometimes if they don't really hype the fight, you go in there kind of in a better, you know, in a better state of mind as in terms of all this hype. You know, you see a movie, you see things, and when people hype things, it builds up, you know? And I feel like that's what this fight has that other fights haven't had of mine. And this is a different type of pressure that I have to learn to deal with and get used to if this is the type of level and caliber of fighters that I'm going to be fighting in the UFC.
Is there a way to learn? Like, can you learn to deal with this, or is it just something you're born with?
Man. This is all mental. You know, everything you do is mental. I feel like if you let it break you and you sit in a room and you think about it all day, it will eventually get to your head, you know? But if you look at it and you try to mentally control yourself, and really, the mind is a powerful thing, you know? My dad always said the mind is a monster. Either the monster controls you or you control it, you know? And I want to be the controller, and that's what I've been doing so far, and I'm happy.
How much confidence did that last fight give you? You know, main event, you know, guy that's been around a long time, you do to him what you did to everybody else. So did that kind of make you start feeling like, okay, like I'm here, I'm ready for this?
This made me feel great because to finish Cub Swanson in the manner that I did was something that the whole world did not expect. And when you see something like that, even I see something like that, I go, you know what? You're finally here, man. I tell myself, I go, you're finally hanging with the best of the best. You're finally finishing the best of the best. And now let's fight the legend.
You talked about a lot of things that you want to do outside the cage. How important is all that stuff for you to have a platform, to build your profile so you can do all those things?
It's very important. Anyone who's ever tried to do something good will tell you that in order to do something good, you need attention. You need people who are going to stick by your side. You need people who are going to have your back, and people who see the same cause that you do. And the way I look at it is, the more I fight, the more my name goes out there, and the more I win, the more my message will be shared with the world, and that's all I want. I want different types of platforms to share my message with the world. Fighting is the biggest platform I have in my life right now, but I'm sure there could be other platforms that I can tap into that I'm going to look into after this fight, that I can tap into it, you know, as in terms of helping people out. That's what I want to do. I want to help people out who are down and out. I've said it in all the interviews before. I said it, and I've been doing this since I was 20 years old. I've been visiting people in hospitals since I was 20 years old. This is what I want to do. This is what I feel like my calling is to do, is to be a world champion and to help the world a better place. And that's exactly what I want to do with my life and my career, and then call it a wrap.
What is the main message you want people to hear?
I just want people to realize that it doesn't take much to be a good person. It takes simple gestures, simple things, buying someone a simple food every once in a while, not all the time. You don't have to be the perfect person. You don't have to judge yourself saying, oh man, because I drank last night and I partied, that doesn't qualify me to being a good person. Man, if it's in your heart, it's in your heart, you know? And if you truly want to help people, that's all the message that I want, you know? You never realize what a simple gesture can do.
You referred to Frankie as a legend. Is he someone you've looked up to for a while?
As in terms of looked up to, I looked up to a few fighters, so I wouldn't say I really looked up to him as in terms that he gave me motivation growing up or something, you know, but he's definitely a fighter that I admired, And now to be able to face someone of his caliber in Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena, co-main event, is pretty exciting. I'm really happy about this.
When you get the call and you find out you're facing Frankie and in the co-main, does that just rev you up for training even more, or is it just you got to take it slow, you got to be calm?
No, things got real right off the bat. The second I took the call, we took it for 5 rounds, and I went all in, man. If I'm gonna go in, I'm all in. I'm that type of person, you know. And a week later, they called and said Cyborg is saved the full card, so we're gonna be moved to co-main event, and that's what happened. We went from main event to co-main event, but the main event was not gonna be a pay-per-view. Now it is a pay-per-view, so I feel like things worked out to. Things always happen for a reason, and things worked out to plan. And I mean, I still would love it for it to be a 5-round fight, and but 3 rounds will do.
Is with Frankie, he was injured for a while there, and he's coming back from injury, whereas you've just come off the victory over Cub. Do you feel like momentum's on your side here?
I feel like I'm prepared for this type of situation and for this moment. Not only just because he's injured and I've been winning, but because I've been training for this my whole life. The jiu-jitsu background is jiu-jitsu against wrestlers. And I've been training this since forever, you know? So I feel out of all people who can face him, who are deadly on the ground, I'm the guy.
Appreciate that.